folks. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Larry Rhodes, and I am Chief Instructor at Koei-Kan Karate Do of San Luis Obispo. And I'm going to be teaching a few basic self-defense techniques. And in order to do that, it will be much more effective if I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 volunteers to come up and learn some good stuff. Fear not, it'll be fun. Yes, those two ladies right there. That man right over there.
Hey, come on up, don't be shy.
Lady over there, all right, now we're talking.
Come on down.
So we got some stairs right over here. Now while we're getting ready, I'll just tell you a little bit. So I teach karate. Now, karate is a Japanese martial art. And by definition, karate is a long-term undertaking. It's a discipline that teaches self-defense, but also teaches grace under pressure. It teaches you how to move, and it teaches you how to deal with stressful situations. To get good at karate takes many, many years, and it requires a special person to be willing to make that kind of commitment. Now, learning self-defense is something a little bit different. Its intent is to teach you some basic techniques in a very short period of time that might just save your life, or at least get you out of a tough spot. So although it derives many of the same ideas from karate, it's intended to be very short term and is intended to teach you some simple skills that don't take a lot of time to learn. So rather than listening to me talk, it's better to see rather than hear what I'm talking about. So we're going to start very easily, and we have different levels of threat, from what I call the annoying jerk in the bar all the way up to something that is potentially life-threatening. And you have to be able to evaluate that kind of a situation, because you don't want to kill somebody just because he's hitting on you in a bar, probably. But you might need to kill somebody if they're trying to kill you. Now, we're not going to do any killing here this afternoon. I know, sorry. Well, if you can, more power to you. But I will teach you a few basic things. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually this will work pretty well because we've got 3 men and 3 women. So we will take 3 pads. And for the most part, we're going to let the men be the annoying jerks and let you women. That's pretty easy, pretty natural. All right. Oops. And you can hang, oops, sorry, and I'll hang on to this one. That's right, I'm the other man. I forgot for a moment. Okay, now, we want you to be the attractive young woman. All right, so we're going to start very simple, and the way I put it, if somebody is behaving like a dog, you have to treat them like a dog, meaning to say, don't treat somebody with respect if they're behaving disrespectfully to you. You have to meet force with force. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be a jerk, but you have to make it very clear that you are not to be trifled with. So, for instance, so let me pick you. Come on, that's even better. All right. So, there are 3 elements to good, effective self-defense. You have to know your weapons. And I don't mean necessarily a gun or a stun gun or pepper spray. Those are all good. But what if they don't work for you? What if you lose them or you left them at home? Most of the weapons I'm talking about are the weapons that you carry with you at all times. Your hands, your elbows, your teeth, your knees, your feet, your shins. These are many parts of your body that can be used effectively to do damage on somebody if necessary. But you also have to know your targets. Meaning to say that I can have an effective weapon, but if I don't target accurately, it's not going to be very effective. If I hit somebody hard in the chest, you ready? I'm hitting him pretty hard. Not as hard as I can, but I'm not tapping him. Notice he's still standing because I'm hitting him in a spot that is hard and difficult to penetrate. So I'm going to have less luck if I pound somebody on the chest than if I pound them in the nose or hit them in the solar plexus or strike them in the groin. So these are some of the targets we're talking about. So you have to know your weapons, you have to know your targets. But the most important element is you have to know yourself. You have to know who you are and what you are about emotionally. And this is especially important in the case where you are put into a threatening situation. If suddenly somebody comes up and attempts to grab you or starts hanging onto your arm or is just being a jerk, but especially in a threatening situation, you're going to respond to that emotionally, and in many cases you're going to pull back into yourself. And if I have evil intent, that's what I'm relying on. Because if I can get you to give up emotionally, then I have a better chance of controlling you and doing what I want. So you have to know yourself. You have to understand what is going to happen when I go like this, because you have to capture yourself, come back into yourself so that you can deal with that situation. So don't be a victim, be proactive. All right. So as I say, there are different levels. I can be just the annoying guy in a bar and you just want to get rid of the guy. Or I come up to you and I go, hey baby, you're really looking good, yeah. So what would you do in a situation like that? What? Just tell me. I mean, would you put up with it? Or would you say, please stop? Or would you be more assertive about it?
Well, if you touched me, I would probably just push you away.
Okay, that's a good start. So she's saying push me away, but there are different ways to push. So first off, the first thing is you don't want me to get in and start touching you without your permission. So if you see me coming at you, the first thing you're going to need to do is take a step back. And as I say, if I'm acting like a dog, treat me like a dog. Give me hand signals. I come up to you, you're going to step back and say, stop. Maintain that space between you and me. That's the first level. If I am a half-decent human being, I will take the hint and stop right there. Now, I can persist because I think you're hot and I want to do something, but at least you have set some boundaries. And that's a very good starting point. But let's say, okay, so let's even try that. So you're going to just say, stop. So you've got body language, and you also have voice. You have to have command authority. So you can't be, oh, please don't. You have to be very assertive. Even if you don't feel it, you have to fake it. Fake it till you make it. So if I come in on you, and it's obvious that my intention is to start draping myself, good, okay, now, was that enough, do you think, to stop me? It sounded a little hesitant to me.
Maybe not.
Stop! Yeah. Almost like a cop, or as I said, a dog trainer. So one more.
Stop.
Better. Okay, good. Now, number 2. If that doesn't work, then we might have to become a little more aggressive. So now we're going to start getting